Alright, so the mercenary group of unknowns all wake up one morning. This is about a week after the previous incident. That's how long it took to finally get your charter through and get the alchemist lab set up and everything else in. You'll wake up in Cyril, the city of wizards. Cyril is known for its long tradition as a centre for the arcane arts. A huge city with all the appearances of a mountain built row upon row and street upon busy street upward from the crowded waterfront. Here and there, spires of churches and towers rise above the rust-coloured tiled roofs of humbler dwellings, and among them are the blocky white stone structures encircled by palisades of dark iron, homes of prosperous merchants and powerful magi. Just along the wharf, the smoke of the spiraling factories is quickly swept away by strong ocean winds, while everywhere whitewashed buildings gleam in the sun whenever the clouds break. Cyril is mostly known for the arcane, has highly advanced steam-powered warjacks and materials. Also home of the headquarters of the Fraternal Order of Wizardry, and it's also the main headquarters for the Strange Light Workshop. It's a group that has workshops existing in multiple cities, but Blackwell Hall in Cyril is the central headquarters, and where its primary field team is located. That group is more connected to using unpredictable technology to battle ghosts and other supernatural beings. So if you ever have a problem with the ghosts, you know who to call.
Email.
So on this morning, this is about a day after you finally got your charter approved and your building up and running. So was there anything you managed to do in the previous day?
I was going to see if I could bottle my connections, get my hands on some scrap of them, and possibly borrow a credit.
Yep, during the week you managed to bottle them just enough to fully fix your Ironhead armor. Illustrious Paladin did in his weeks.
I'm thinking of seeking out connections, just mainly to establish a base, really, like as in get networking happening. So,
As Paladin, you start with Men of Connections.
yeah, so I mean, so I got the Order of the Walls connection.
Oh.
I'm going to follow that through and see if there's any other Orders of the Wall around here.
Well, so far west from Protectorate and Menop,
Yeah, I know it's not.
you're pretty much the only Paladin in Menop for a long while.
You are
But Menop is a prominent religious religion in all of Iron Kingdoms.
I'll keep an eye out for any men on church.
Yes, you easily find Menop churches. They're not as prominent as Morrow, but this far west of the Protectorate, people who believe in follow the teachings of Menop are much more tolerated than if you were much closer to the capital.
I'll head towards near church and just get to know them.
Yeah, this is what you've done in the week during your off time. So you have grown accustomed to the priests and all of the priests. Yeah, so you know everyone in the church. And if you manage to keep them happy, show that you're a worthy deliverer of the light of Menop, you might have easier time finding protectorate weaponry or equipment. Of course, that's all implied under the table, kind of. It's more of if you want Menop's Fury or Fire or Purifier bombs, they might be able to sneak some in quite easily, but if you request something like a Protectorate Warjack, they may need a little bit more convincing to take such a huge risk.
Yeah.
What with the Alchemist? What has he been doing?
Just supervising the construction of the lab.
Yep, it's basically coming out as your bedrooms, pretty much.
Test out your maniacal laughter. The acoustics are out. It needs fixing.
Has plenty of ventilation, distillery, pipes, and anything you need. And what did the Oberon do in his spare time?
That's a good question.
I'm guessing he's down.
That's probably. Probably.
Oh,
Making toe jam.
more beer.
But I hope he gets here quick because I did design these encounters with 4 people in mind.
No.
And he has no say on which ones you go on the table.
Sure. Take the one we fought the giant rats.
Same, the first encounter in a man style.
Yeah, those rats are huge.
The rat.
The rat. Right.
Rats are a normal enemy in this game as well. Except they're not rats, they're devil rats.
Devil rats.
They're rats with spikes coming out of their spine.
That was it.
Well, if you do, yeah.
Just in a bar, so start off. Oh, yes, I'm a low-level adventurer. I'll start by clearing rats out of the cellar in a bar. No problem. You get down there and it's this massive, ginormous rat company. So I'm asking you.
Or it's like 2,000 rats, and it's like each damage point you roll is a dead rat. Like, yeah, okay, I'm doing this then. At least one player managed to figure out that he could kill more if he turned around and jumped backwards with his shield on his back. And we didn't get full payment because Bard had to take it all. You do notice that Cassandra's office is closed, and after a bit of time, you see her bidding farewell to what obviously looks like a city guard.
Mm-hmm.
She calls you all in and asks where the Oberon is.
He's probably down at the tavern. Recovering from getting drunk.
Well, Cassandra tells you to get, you'll pick him up sooner. In the meantime, she's got good news. The City Watch managed to stop by early and give us first dibs on a problem they're dealing with. And on top of some other information she's picked up, you've got your hands full with about 3 different missions. First one, as supplied by the City Watch, is that they're chasing after some thieves. Apparently their guardhouse was raided, as well as a few small barracks and shops. They're not sure exactly who committed the crime, but they did manage to chase them down to a specific warehouse. They raided the place, there was no one there, so now they're seeking your help to find them. He's offering you a basic reward, plus extra for finding at least the head thief or the person who organised it all, and even more if you manage to find all stolen materials. You also had hearing problems with farmers being attacked just to the north of the city, several hours out of town. They're not exactly sure who's being attacked by, but it's only happening at night, and so far some cattle have been killed and slaughtered. Being requested to head south and east along the coastline to deal with some bog trogs annoying a couple of fishing village. No specific requests, just get rid of them.
Whereas the one, the farmers are a decent way out of town, so it might take a while. Dog shop sounds like an ongoing thing. How far out is that?
They're both towns are like 7 hours travel out of town. Okay. Cassandra informs you, she gives you the directions to the warehouse where they was last encountered, and told you to speak to a watchman named Ivan Mizuko. And she'll go down to the pub and get the Oberon if he's still there. Okay. okay where to go. Yeah, so how much gold do you have for trams?
Well, we currently have 92 spare.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Okay. So you want to spend some gold to take the tram down? Okay. After getting in the tram and taking a bit of time traveling, you eventually come across a dilapidated warehouse where, unless you were specifically told to go in, you probably would have easily walked by and paid no attention to. All you can see out front is 2 city guards who just seem more bored than anything, just waiting around and keeping people out. Just guarding the front entrance.
Is this in the 4-quarter event?
This is still in like the middle class.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was and now the later. What are you doing?
Hold on to it! No, I'll talk to the guys. Morning, gentlemen.
A small dwarf puffs his way through up to the city watch. They look at you and greet you and ask you what your business is.
We have been asked to come and investigate goings on here.
Alright, that means you've been told who you're looking for, right?
Ivan.
Alright, he's waiting inside. Alright, just walk on through.
Cheers, lads. Get to work.
Inside the warehouse, small compared to your business, not very well lit except for the lamps that were obviously brought in by the watchmen. There's only 2 watchmen who seem to be like just still checking out the place, not doing much, and in the center is who you assume is Evan, who immediately waves you through. Are you the group we're waiting for? The what's the group called again?
Plan B.
The Plan Bs.
No, we haven't decided on that yet. We're still working it out. I'm Havelock. This is introduce yourself. And my other companion is
Ego.
We've got a 4th guy, but he's probably gonna be with us today. You might have to sleep a lot.
Yeah. You're the group that.
You missed the train.
Let's get out. You missed the train. You're the group that took out. What's that group? That guy's name? Cram?
Yeah, it's on.
I think you were recommended because you're still new in town, so you'll be able to walk around and ask questions without drawing too much attention.
Speak to our suspects here.
Yes, that's right.
Says the glowing paladin.
Yes, we're not the Spanish Inquisition.
No, he is.
Alright, so let you know what we know. We came. A couple of guardhouses had been raided. We managed to track down the group to this warehouse, but when we kicked in the front door, we found no one else in. And that's as far as we go. Although we've looked around, they seem to have, we only missed them by a couple of hours. Alright, he whistles to his men, and they step out of the way to let you work your magic.
Ooh, we know magic.
Right.
Okay, that's the layout of the warehouse. If you wanted to start snooping around.
Oh, we totally want to start sweeping around.
Suddenly the door bursts open as a stumbling Oberon comes in with slow speech.
Good roll.
He's hungover, baby.
Give me more there.
I walk over and insert my hand into a silk iron wallet. It's like, wake up!
Here's some cool joints. My turn. Any alchemical cons?
Yeah, just get it.
Here, drink this. I'll get rid of the headache.
I'll keep the headache.
Alright. Jorgen comes in, looks like the kind of person who rolls -2 on every dice roll.
Ooh!
Fair cop. Which side is mine?
Well, until you can shake off that headache.
Where do you get enough gold to get drunk?
Why?
He always finds some after someone goes unconscious.
Takes one. So, when you said you were a proper fighting ring, that wasn't right.
Shut up.
So someone want to get him up to speed?
A couple of the guard posts in the town have been robbed, and the guards managed to track the thieves back to this warehouse. But when they finally decided to storm it, nobody was around. So we feel there might be some sort of underground secret passage from that warehouse.
Gosh.
Yes, we need to search for clues.
We're hoping it's not this.
Where are we? At the
Yes.
warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse.
Down the warehouse.
Which room?
Well, not specifically anywhere.
Big one.
We're in all rooms. All of us.
We just spoken to Ovan, who has contact this point. That's a point. Ovan, do detail stuff like what was stolen and any past identification of what some of the things might have employed.
No identification. Lots of pistols, rifles, and if rumor is correct, a chain gun.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we carrots.
It's one of your arms. Right, heading off the bed, draw your arm, let's say.
That's right. Yeah, I'm out on the side of my house, you know, but I stay. That's right.
Right on your bag on top of you, might use you as a little platform.
Yeah, shall we look for clues?
Looking around, all you manage to find is like miscellaneous items, like a scarf, or like what looks like a couple of rounds, a few gold pieces. Yes, you stole one gold piece.
Excellent.
I rolled.
I found it on the side of the barrel.
One thing you do notice is that there does seem to be like laid, not exactly covering the whole place, but bits of hay over the whole warehouse.
Let's just think that it's transports.
No. Looking around, it looks like everything was hand carried.
Do we find any trapdoors or anything on the floor?
I don't know, let's see if you do.
Don't you open that door?
Universe,
Yeah.
I'm going to boost a non-combat skill roll and attempt to detect some sort of secret passageway in the warehouse.
This sounds big enough for you guys.
I'm up here.
Oh, roll well too. That is a 17. Am I attempting to detect
Okay,
secret doors?
you do notice here that there seems to be a draft coming out of the wooden wall.
The opposite side.
And when you press up against it,
Bang!
you hear a crack as your fist smashes through wooden planks or boards, but everything feels a bit loose.
No, it swings the other way.
It's loose now.
7, 10, 15.
As you plunge another fist into the wall, you get a good grip on the boards and yank the entire wall off to the side.
That's using your head. Wait, you didn't use your head. Next time use your head.
I know, right?
A splinter and board shatters and spread out across the whole warehouse.
Yes, needs more ignorance, bro.
There's a door.
What is inside the hole?
Inside the hall, it looks like what would be an empty room. However, at the floor, you notice the entire floor is missing. Large hole with foundation and bricks obviously smashed away.
So they've done a hole through the wall.
Yes.
You guys didn't find the hole in the wall here? Well, what was originally a door?
Well, normally we don't want to contaminate the area.
Yeah, seriously, you just opened the door.
What's my did?
Oh, I was looking at it.
Door's open.
Walks up and smashes the Ferrari and just opens it.
Almost immediately, you do immediately notice a foul smell breaching through the hole.
I think it's down into the sewers. Oh yeah.
Except for one character. He's breathing.
I haven't been able to borrow those yet. It's on my to-do list. I get one of my spare rags and tie it around my face in an attempt to discover the smell.
If only you had an alchemist who could give you some smelling salts.
That's okay. It's got grease and things on it. It's fine. It's much better smells.
Hang on, a rag and we found.
Alright.
Why is that rag still getting you?
I guess we shall investigate. Do you want to have a light source?
Went off this light.
And technically, men I just have a flamethrower for their life.
My fire brand is maybe.
I think it's every time you get a critical hit, someone's set on fire. So you can use the Ogren as a light source to be smacking them up.
I don't believe that I start with dark vision. Like, it wouldn't be good to do that.
Nah, I've got a torch for that.
If you don't have a light source, you may need to take a brisk trip down to the warehouse, to a shop, to get
Orange tea.
buy simple torches or lanterns, or if you want to, or just buy bottled light. Okay, someone give me a perception check. Except for the Ogren, everyone notices because he wasn't here when I said it, the extra couple of lanterns the city watch brought in.
Aha! Cha-ching! We'll just be growing these from guys.
Alright,
So we scurry down the hole and proceed on foot to investigate. Unless my armor fits down
yeah. If the Ogren can fit, you can.
there. Excellent. I'll keep it dialed down to low power mode so I don't suffocate everyone with fumes.
Yeah,
Probably
that's,
a good
you're not the one causing him to suffocate. You land in rather well constructed waterways with like river rushing through, but we'll walk past some bridges separated on the side.
Well,
Give me another perception check.
let us attempt to track these
Tracking. Looking at the floor, you notice bits of strand of hay laying down that seem to be going down the corridor to your right.
Think maybe they were purple? No.
It's a red herring.
Okay, alright.
Or blue herring. Whatever
Blue
the
herring.
herring.
Don't worry, I've already pre-written down red herrings.
Red herrings. Right, excellent. Well, it's the only lead, so we'll
Yeah.
follow the breadcrumbs.
As you follow the breadcrumbs of hay, you come to a corridor that turns down to your right. However, further down in the darkness, you can hear something growling in the distance.
Steak.
Oh, there are rats everywhere. Every time you're walking through the darkness, you see the rats running off in the shadows or the remains.
Excellent.
Does that growl sound like a giant rat?
No, because rats don't growl.
Big enough for one.
One of those judging me?
How do you know about them? They might be.
They're succulent.
They actually did include Silicate in there as a monster.
By the way, they're delicious.
Well, does our trail lead towards the growling or away from it?
So like I said, it went down right into the corridor. You can just hear noise further down the corridor. So you ignore the growling.
Not ignore it, we'll just try and avoid it.
Yeah,
Ignore the ground.
it's actually a consistent growling too. You turn down the right as you walk down the corridor. The hay strands keep going forward, while just to your left, this small room expands out to your left. As you look through, you notice randomized pieces of equipment that's like all steampunk in nature with pipes and that go in and out through the roof in every direction.
Oh, it's like part of the facility and stuff. Oh.
Well, maybe. You didn't stop and ask anyone.
It doesn't look like any of the stolen description.
No.
No, that was weapons and things.
These are pipes that seem to have been down here for decades.
I'll have it. No, on a mission, can't stop. Awesome, that's good.
3, 2, 1.
I'll take it then,
Back and forth, it seems like, obviously, I should think about what I should say, but it's obviously not natural to the sewers, but it does feel a bit out of place. You feel as though these will, as your knowledge of other cities and that, people sometimes come down to sewers to improve their living situation by either like their own toilet systems or heating devices or garbage chutes.
Is that what we're seeing here?
Pretty much. You have a feeling you shouldn't disconnect one of the pipes. Okay, the corridor it opens up to another water pathway with bits of bridges separating across, although you can easily walk around to the other side.
Do we still have the growling?
It sounds like it's still just as far away as it was before.
Not like dogs.
And the hay strands go off left before any bridges. Although across the passageway to your right, you do see another open corridor that leads further down into the darkness. Alright, as you turn down left and keep following, I should probably... you draw your own maps if you want to.
I have no idea what this looks like. I haven't been able to visualize it.
You turn down to your left, past the rushing stinky water. You do notice every now and then is like a pipe that seems to be bursting out through the walls or going down into the river with a makeshift windmill. What are they called?
Windmill.
They're called windmill even underwater.
Windmill.
That's called watermill? Okay.
With the water.
Oh, you just like better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, windmill.
So it seems like people are taking advantage of the sewer system for more than waste.
To make power.
Shitty power. I'm here all week, try the fish.
Let's try the deal and get it right.
As you follow the
Arian?
strands, they suddenly turn right off to like a nut over to the bridge. However, you do notice that growling is a little bit louder, and it seems to be coming down in front again.
It wants you.
So it's not following you.
Hey, Alice, something I'm trying to communicate with you. Come to the once.
Okay, you split the party. Argus travels down. Does he have his own lantern, at least?
I'll grab his.
Okay, you got 2. As you wander down the passageway, the growling gets louder and louder until you come across a corridor that goes left, or seemingly back towards the previous water pathway you were from, and you can hear the growling much louder, obviously coming from the corridor or just past it.
I yell out, "Shut up!"
The growling does not stop.
Don't make me come in there.
It's still consistent.
Says that's what it was.
I shall step around the corner and find out what it is.
You step around the corner into the corridor. You notice another room just off to your left with a gated fence, and behind it some kind of weird machinery, pipes coming in and out with, and you hear puffing and like it's obviously a machine that you're hearing all the growling from.
I grab pipes and pull.
Be on a break day.
Don't damage the city.
That's the way to get trouble.
Yep, probably.
Shot.
Camouflage.
No precipitation. Unless you want to clean yourself in silver water.
And that really does taste the fish.
You're almost 12, right?
My armor is 12.
As you pull on the pipe, give me a strength check before you do it.
10.
Minus 2.
As you pull and try and dislocate the pipe, it shifts a bit as suddenly it snaps and steam starts shooting out right into your face,
Everyone's gonna wake up with
and doing 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
Remember, you got 3 feet points, and you'd spend one to halve that.
I have to spend a beat point.
Okay, 3 points to 5.
5, you say. Who needs intellect?
What you say?
And you duck under the steam as you hear lots of banging, growling, and tiny explosions as the steam machine is struggling to keep itself active.
Start walking the other way.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear it. It seems to quiet down. But then you hear a noise sort of building up, and quiet noise.
I made the monster!
The whistling sound.
It was a worthy battle.
Brave
breaks the
Yep.
You guys see Argus coming back through as he rejoins you.
Steam burns.
Didn't hurt that.
You look a bit flush.
How to fight!
Oh no, did you lose?
I won!
You always win.
I always win. Always comes up house.
So it wasn't a monster?
I guess it was a monster. Used some breath weapon. Fiery steam.
You're dead now.
The deadly steel dragon uses breath weapon.
And I vanquished it.
You just ruined the still? How could you?
It wasn't a still. It was a still at the house.
Okay, with that little event, it went longer than I expected it to be.
We continue to pose the trial.
You cross the bridge where the trail goes down through another corridor.
Let's not go back that way.
As you follow it through, it leads open to another open water passageway, and it seems like whoever was directing this knew exactly where to go. As in front of you, the trail goes through another bridge, through another corridor, then to another open passageway across another bridge. But now there's no corridor in front of you, and instead the strands of hay go off to the right.
Follow.
However, one thing you do notice is just to your left, an open passageway emits a small light where you can hear light sounds of metal scraping.
That sounds like something. Yes.
Head that direction.
As you sneak up and peer around the corner, you see a small room with inside. You see a small fire pit with like a cauldron, or rather large pot hanging over, like on a hook.
Mm-hmm.
Behind it, a really dirty, homeless man who seems to have a large beard that is grouped up into a tin that seems to be holding it together. He seems to have a large metal spoon as he's stirring the large pot.
I'll walk over as they know.
What you cooking?
He looks at you, jumps back and shouts, "Get away from my soup!" And he pulls a gun as you hear it crack and explode a piece of the wall.
I'll step in front of the other. We mean you no harm. Have you seen a group of thieves passing by?
I'm looking at his soup.
It's soup.
What's in it?
Soup.
Probably dead rat.
Chunky bits. And corn. You aim his gun at you and shout, "Get away from my soup!"
Oh, that's corn.
I'm pulling my gun on him.
He fires a gun at a shot at the paladin. And does and does 2 points of damage. To column 1 on you.
Oh, is that 4 armor?
So after armor, you haven't stanced yet.
No, my armor's 15.
Yeah, I've got it written down.
Okay.
Punches through. And now the hand cannon goes off. 10?
Your hand cannon fires and explodes on the pot as bits of metal bent in, and the pot rocks back and forth as soup starts spilling out everywhere. The man immediately dives down and screams, "No, not my soup!" and starts trying to scoop it all up into a pot and anything else he can get his hands on.
Shoot again, the pot gets it.
He just looks at you and shouts, "Just get me away! Get away from my soup!"
Should I shoot it?
No.
Why not? It's just a soup.
What's the soup done to you?
It does have corn in it.
Oh, yes.
It's not sweet corn, mate.
No, it's still corn.
It's
It's
just walk off.
I've by chance seen a group of men carrying weapons through the sewers where it's landing.
I saw you shoot my soup.
I didn't choose it. But that's after you
I'll
shot.
shoot again, you're not careful.
That's after you shot the paladin. So,
whatever.
And you shot his soup, so they're even.
yeah, sorry. Now I'm asking you a question. I don't care about your soup. Your soup is your
He
soup.
seems too focused on his own soup. He seems to not even know you guys are there anymore.
Let's keep moving.
Let's walk out. Oh,
Anything whilst he's busy focusing on soup and interest in the room, or is it just the boss?
You see like a very dirty bedding and like dilapidated crates with random bits that you probably don't want to touch. This is his own.
I'm political. Actually, I'm willing to ignore this so far. Do you have any information for me about any things in this area?
Nobody comes near me and my soup.
I'm sure they do.
Keep mentioning the soup and I'll shoot again.
Have you seen anyone at all?
He seems more confused about your question than anything.
Just out in the corridor.
Just let me shoot the suit. Let me shoot it.
Stop. Right.
I'm throwing the gold coin as a sign.
He looks at the gold coin and goes, "Soup coin?"
It can be exchanged with services.
Like soup.
Like this.
Soup for that.
Money can buy many things. So I assume, with nothing left to gain from him, you leave him back with. You back up to the trail to leave him with his soup.
So tempted to shoot it. This one will take me seconds.
By the way, reduce a bullet.
We have.
Okay then. As you follow the trail down the corridor or the passageway where it turns off down another corridor. As you approach, you can hear brief shuffling and squeaking just around the corner down the corridor.
Shuffling and squeaking.
As you look through the corridor, there's a small room just that's part of the corridor to the left, and you see large devil rats that seem to be munching on the remains of something.
And the trail of hay leads through you.
It leads past them, not to them. So do you want to try and sneak past, distract them, or engage them?
Engage them. Charge out. Running. They're on the run.
Try and sneak past them. Don't need to engage them.
Yeah, they are rats after all. Do you want to really follow the cliche?
Oh, food.
Free food. You should have come home last night. You could have. Haven't you seen Demolition Man? Rat burgers.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right.
And like when you find it out, he's just sitting there, and you see he's contemplating whether he should keep eating or be disgusted. He's really that hungry.
Yes, he's come around to the 5 a.m. on his body clock, and now he wants a record of
Yep.
Okay, the rats are distracted, which means you'll get a surprise round on them, which is all boosted attack and damage rolls.
Cool.
How many rats are
14. Hit.
Yeah,
Damage roll.
armor 10.
15.
A huge Oberon quickly jumps around the corner, readies his. What was it again?
No.
Fist.
Yeah. More food. Tenderize.
He's going to use his iron fist
Yeah.
and punches the rat so hard it smushes and explodes right onto the ground, right where they stand.
Holy stuff.
As the other couple of rats immediately shriek and jump on you, one rat jumps up at you as it bites and scratches at your armor. Another rat jumps and is immediately knocked away by your fist. Another rat apparently missed so bad it just looks around and keeps eating whatever it was originally stacking on.
I'm gonna attack the rats. 2 attacks.
What? Oh, the other 3. Well, they wanted to take.
Alright, just give me all moving and stuff.
10 to hit.
Their defense is 13.
Yes.
Remember, you can spend a feat point to reroll.
Yes.
Just so you know, considering how easy it is to kill, you won't earn a feat point for killing them.
There's one still alive?
There's 4 currently remaining.
So, I'll just walk over and I'll distract one. I'll be able to chill on that.
Yep,
So that's a 17 to hit.
yep. So it's defense 13, armor 10.
13 damage.
Oh, just enough. It's, the distracted rat picks up a bit of sinew as suddenly a dagger stabs him in the back of the neck and severs its own head.
Sure.
Remember, it's 13 and 10, so yep.
That's 12.
You throw a dagger as it jabs and sticks out as another spine from its spike. As you throw another dagger, it spears it and pins it to the brick as it dies. Right after combat ends, because we've got him to activate and him, 2 rats left. Probably good.
Bush a rat or?
Yeah, so that's on. He's on fire then.
Burn the rats!
I thought you wanted to burn. I got your cooked rat.
Yeah. He swings his rat as it flares up with fire and immediately singes and burns a rat to death. There's only 1 rat remaining and it starts scampering away. So let's see if the Ogren can fish it.
Here we go.
Okay.
You're hungry.
Shoot.
I'm gonna shoot it!
You already shot a pot at another rat. No, you punched the rat.
Punch the rat.
You spin the bullet on a pot and you punched a rat with spikes coming out of its spine.
That's the way we roll.
Anything else of interest in this room?
Yeah, rats! We pick up the rats.
Yeah.
We got some lunch tonight, boys.
Oh, I cracked one.
Just to confirm,
Clean it
you
up,
are
skin it.
picking
There you go.
up the rats.
Yes, please.
Okay, put it on your character sheet. You can eat it for later. By the way, I don't think you've had breakfast.
Trial rations.
Rat steaks. Turn them into steaks.
You do that.
You look at what seems to be the remains of a homeless man, and it looks like there'll be nothing of interest, and if there was, they'll be in the stomachs of a rat.
At least he's not gonna stink up the place.
Sure, buddy.
The place is already stinky.
Exactly.
Look, the trail's this way. Let's go.
Dump him in the water.
You gotta make a splash. Do you really want to deal with that?
He's the one who gets thrown.
Okay, just to confirm, are you or are you not throwing the body into the water?
In the water.
Which direction? From where you came or where you're going?
Where we came. Yes.
You discard the body as it slowly.
Now before you go, check luggage.
Let's see.
Check it for his chain.
You've determined that this person was killed by tiny furry animals with sharp teeth.
Don't put rats in front of me. That's food source there.
Alright. Keep that in mind whenever I need you to go the direction I want you to. What's over there? Giant dragon? Yeah, but a lot of rats are running towards it.
Little rats.
You proceed following the trail. It leads out to another large open waterway. However, there is a sign that you may be reaching the end. Across the waterway, you can see someone standing in front of another corridor across the water just to your left. Across the bridge to your left. Indy, I know you want some love, but don't touch my laptop.
Does it look like a hug?
No. He looks like he seems to be on watch.
He looks like he needs to be stuck up on.
And remember, you do have a couple of lit lanterns that are shining through the corridor.
Okay. I know that I've got the shortage.
You're gonna use the big
I walk out from the lantern. Hello! Boy, seen any rats? I'm a rat hunter.
a rat catcher.
He looks across at ya, the big Ogren, and says, "Hey, who are you? You with Leia?"
Looking for rats. Got any rats? I'm a rat hunter.
You do have like 4 pain.
Sorry, it looks like a visual rat.
So, as far as he knows, a huge Ogren hobo had just stepped out into the sewers to say something crazy.
Yep.
And he basically says, like, get lost. I've got more important stuff to do.
And a rat hunting. See any?
Yeah, down there. Now piss off.
You got any rats to trade?
No, No, send them all that way. Piss off.
Yeah, but you don't need to trade for rats.
He adjusts himself in a way to reveal a pistol and gives you a final warning.
That is nice. Mine's better.
That's not a pistol. That's a pistol.
It's
That's not a
when you
pistol,
say
that's a
use silencer.
It's not a pistol, that's a spoon.
Using the open gun.
He quickly draws his gun and fires at you. So he does 5 points of damage to come forward. He pulls out a pistol and fires, hitting you in the chest and shattering some piece of armor.
I shoot back.
Remember, you can spend 3 points to halve it, round it up,
I shoot back.
and walk off. The D3 plus 1 vitality.
So that's 13.
Yep. Actually, no. It shatters and hits the wall behind him. Hang on, would you say you sacrificed your movement to fire that?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you hit him. He pulls out his hand cannon and fires, and it explodes on his chest. He starts bleeding out and cough. He seems to be standing, but it looks like he's about to merely retreat.
Can I move up and try and finish him off? Or?
Yeah, you can move up and fire another shot
Yeah.
before he evacuates.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll boost the roll. Yep.
That's free for you.
Yep.
Almost
I'm back
free.
up there.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure at your current setup, you're going to be chewing through your focus to boost rolls.
Yeah.
14 and 12.
So that is a 14 to hit.
Yep. Nice.
I just sort of 14 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll determine how you live based on how much damage you do. But as he quickly turns around, a glowing bullet explodes in the back of his head and he tumbles down forward and dies. Because you did how much exact amount of point of health that he needed to live.
You think he's dead?
Ah, yes, he's dead.
Try to be sneaky.
See that hole in his forehead?
The good thing is, since he was trying to retreat, he was obviously going somewhere and you stopped him.
Grab his right, grab his pistol, and he's ammunition.
I'll also frisk him for anything else. He's no sort of armor or whatever.
You find 4 bullets.
Pistol bullets?
Yeah, just pistol. Because a slug bullet is different from a pistol. So.
Yeah, hand cannon is regular rounds. So there's a pistol.
Oh, that's like this.
Yeah, although you can convert like a pistol round to a slug round.
And did you say 4 rounds?
Yeah,
4 rounds.
you do find 1 gold piece.
Oh, 2 GP so far to get. Yeah.
We're in profit already.
He spent 1 for a suit.
Still in profit.
You take the suit. I doesn't have anything else like orders from a boss or anything.
He does have a sword, but nothing on him.
Take a sword.
Sword. I'll sell it later.
Okay, it's power 8. Oddly enough, he didn't fall into a corridor. He fell down into a staircase leading down.
He's got no armor on him.
Nope, no armor.
In the water. In the drink.
The suit, jeez.
Yeah, clog that.
It's got brain on it. You want brain?
You could have washed it.
Let's get washing coming there.
No, it's filth.
Same thing.
Yes,
Turn into a little girl in the film. Yeah, sword's power 3. On top of the obvious dead giveaway of a dead man, there's also still small bits of hay leading down into the darkness.
Yes, he was guarding an area. That's what I mean.
Get me to the drink. Bye-bye.
As you wave at him, you see a couple of rats, and the other rats immediately scamper out of the darkness to jump. You do notice one of the rats is the one that got away before.
Can I borrow your dagger?
No.
Can I borrow your dagger?
No.
I'm pretty sure you won't be able to retrieve that.
Yeah, touch screen today.
That's the plan.
Do you have rope?
No, I would have improvised.
Oh, look, it's a jump.
Yeah.
They're fucking.
How did you make the rope? Yeah. Do I get my feet point back? Where I put before?
No, he was by himself. It wasn't much of a challenge.
Oh, never a bomb plus one.
Have to be careful with feet ones because it can't just be for.
No, that's cool.
Revitalise?
Oh, you got that.
Do I? Is that it?
I was asking. Will you spend a feet point for walk it off or revitalize?
Let's walk it off doing it.
Spend a feet point, recover D3 plus 1 vitality points.
3.
D3 is like half, so that was actually 2.
Yeah, he's right.
No, I've got D3.
Ah, okay, sorry, my bad. I thought that was D6.
It is. It's blank.
I believe they're
Yeah, I thought you had feet revitalized. Spend a feet point to regain vitality points equal to your physique stat.
I need that.
Yeah, Rob, you didn't pick a mighty though, did you?
Oh, you pick skilled,
Yeah, he's
You.
so you don't have feet
Why
revitalized.
you didn't pick mighty, I don't know.
Which means when you're attacking the rats, you could have punched the second one.
No, I did the second time. I got the first time.
Yeah, keep that in mind. And remember, near him, +1.
Yeah.
You're following his orders to combat the evil rats.
Yes, me yelling, for God's sake!
That fucking same. He owes me a drink.
So, as you look down the corridor, you notice that the stonework material seems to change as you come to the conclusion that you may be entering from the sewers to the Undercity. During the Orgoth invasion, pretty much every city had layers and labourers built below them for Orgoth, usually for slave and torturing and whatnot. When the Orgoth left, these parts were just left as is. A lot of people in cities use them to navigate and to bypass city watch, move around the city, hold like gangs of hideouts and whatnot. But yeah, another thing is that it's pretty much almost impossible to map out the entire Undercity. Not only because it's built right under a sewer, that a lot of areas will be also used as a secondary sewer, or areas will collapse, and creatures and unknown monsters may be lurking, and people very rarely stay down there if they can't help it. As you move down the staircase, there's a shift in the air. Now everything seems more dread. Excellent. Seems like the kind of place you don't want to stay for too long. It feels like you can still feel whatever happened down here centuries past. Centuries 100 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, centuries past. As you the staircase eventually ends where you see a very long corridor which goes beyond. To the as you see a corridor that moves to your right, where the hay trail seems to go. The corridor is not long, where it seems to turn to the left, down, through another direction. However, the hay trail leads to your right, down another corridor that seems to bend at the end.
The hay hasn't let us wrong so far.
We don't know that.
We will.
As you near the corner, you see small light source coming around the corner. As you peek around, you see at the end of the corridor and the hay trail is a small room where you can see large crates and barrels pulled around the edges of the room.
Does it seem to be hay piled
Huh?
Any indication of hay piled up? Crates, hay linings or anything?
Because of the times we live in, you would know that transportation through crates is done with hay, because there's no Pushing.
Yeah, it's not like so you have to create lines of hay to pack things out.
Yeah. It wouldn't be one crate, it'd be like all of them will have a crate, hay in it.
Oh, that's looking promising. And you say that there's someone there.
You don't see anyone, you do see a lit room.
We sneak forward.
Do you want us to roll for sneaking? I'm very, very sure.
Let's see a detection roll.
Detection. Oh, right. 15.
Safe eyes! Oh,
You got two large figures in front of you, you can't see past them.
alright.
Okay, so what did everyone get?
Got something?
Yeah, you will notice.
6.
6? Draw the ones?
I rolled a 4. And then I got +2. 6.
Okay. Yeah, these two seem
Oh, yeah,
more.
you saw that.
These two seem more concerned about finally completing their mission and getting out of the sewers. But you, on the other hand, are approaching cautiously where you notice to the ground is a small piece of wire across the doorway of the corridor.
Oh, rip a big bit of
And they all suddenly stop, I hope.
With the key word. Trap!
What? Don't trip it. So they trick me.
It seems to attach to a makeshift trap holding a pistol. The wire wrapped around the trigger.
If we want to top the wire,
It would just go inert. With
So
your wire cutters?
how's it attached to the wall?
Give me a dagger.
Like, it's got a wire going down. How's it attached to the wall?
I like attached to the wall. It's like just set up in front of the corridor, like with like makeshift.
I use one of my daggers to cut the wire.
All right.
pull the loop in it. Don't pull it tight. Don't do that.
Yeah, if anything, like if it's attached to a stake or something, just remove the stake. So,
If I find the side that it's not tensioned to, and pull out, it should be able to cut it out.
Yeah.
So I have that.
Okay, you bypass the deadly trap.
Ah!
Grab the pistol.
Single round pistol, 1 bullet.
Well, it's an extra pistol. We're going to sell it.
okay, let's have a look at these crates. See if there's any contraband.
Looking around, it's a small room with lots of trays going around. However, you do notice another trap wire on the opposite exit corridor.
No pistol. Grab the pistol.
Yep, same setup.
I'll have to say what
Spring and a free pistol or a pistol round.
These pistols look like they were pistols that came from the crates, or they look like they've been produced for the watch.
Seem like more like they'll produce on the watch.
So much for it.
Very nice.
Can't keep them.
Not if they're watches.
Yeah.
They're going to reward it.
Oh, I mean, like, it's hard to determine because
Shave up the cereal. Sure they do. You're marked. Next.
okay, as you pop open crates and look inside, you do find like rifles, ammo belts, pistols, and in one large crate, what seems to be a unassembled chain gun, or partly unassembled.
Yoink.
Get one.
I'm sure there's nothing
It's
wrong with
unassembled.
using it
Can
for
you assemble it?
I'll learn.
Coming down the opposite corridor, you hear the echoes of footsteps and the blinking edges of a light source. Okay, so you all take cover and hide to prepare an ambush. Looking down the corridor, you see a group of shifty-eyed humans and a few gobbers in the mix. As they walk down the corridor, one man in the front looks down and goes, "Hey, where's the wire?"
So 10, 15?
Yep. Who are you targeting?
15, 19, the greasers.
Suddenly, as a man in a green hood steps through, a hand cannon blows and shoots him in the chest. He screams and Anyone else want to participate?
I throw in a knife.
Same guy?
You got a grenade? Got a grenade?
Yeah, I'm
Got a
going
grenade. You got Johnny?
I'll go with the knockout.
Yeah. I mean, let's have from here. You hit 6 guys.
Winning.
Okay. The green guy snakes into the face but manages to hold it off. Alright, Gobber immediately falls down unconscious. White guy still standing. Other Gobber. Make it orange guy. Ooh, bad roll. I don't know why I'm rolling so good. Okay, you managed to knock out 2 people. Black guy and red Gobber. They nearly fall down unconscious. So, what did the male guy want to do? I don't think this is actually a surprise round, so it's like everyone jumps out and attacks.
It's one action. To move, or you can attack.
Like if you were standing here, you could attack, but yeah, you need a pistol.
Or range.
You have training business?
It doesn't matter. You could have given him one of the flying pistols if you wanted to. Do you want to do that?
We have a spell key.
I don't have magic.
No, shoot the frick.
Use pistol.
Shoot the fricker. Just take a shot and drop it.
Mary's boosted, so it's an extra dice. I'm not sure you trained in it, so it'll just be poise.
Which is still 4.
Yeah, so
So
3d6 plus 4. You're going to target. Pretty sure that'll hit.
Green guy.
Okay. And plus 1 from yourself?
Wait, you already can that.
Okay. That's enough to shoot and kill the guy. And what does the Warjack do?
Oh, you know, shoot. I can't bruise the boots, can I?
No, each roll you ever do can be boosted once. There are no limits to how many additional dice you can get.
That is a 15 hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that tower is 12, so...
Straight dice.
Straight dice.
That's one.
So that's 10 damage.
Nice. Ooh. As the green guy drops in front of him, he quickly looks down at him, then looks to his right as a regular pistol or what?
Oh, that was a handgun.
The hand cannon shoots and hits him in his shoulder. And now, combat begins. You roll for initiative. Alright, combat begins, and after the initial attack, everyone shakes off. John steps forward and
Another knockout, this time on the white guy.
yeah, they'll get 6 guys, not including white. So, orange first. Ooh, just makes it. Blue. Oh, he's actually already out. So he gets knocked out again. And the Gobber gets knocked out again. Yellow. He stands and fights. Purple is immediately knocked down. And you got your second attack. Second attack.
Is that little circle with range?
Yeah, we figure that out. And I'm pretty sure it hits the same people, all but white. However, this is how AoE works. He took a direct damage, and everyone else takes half damage. Yeah, so power 6 plus dice. That was roll.
7 dice.
So 2 damage to all of them.
Yeah, eat that.
So, a very disruptive attack. Didn't do much damage, but a slow, painful death may be even more terrifying.
Exactly what I'm doing there.
At the start of their activation, I roll a d3. On 1 or 2, it goes out. If not, for corrosion, they immediately take these 3 points of damage, regardless of armor. Okay, the leader at the back wakes up person to the right. Technically, they don't wake up from being set on acid, by the way.
We got 3 weeks, so I finished it.
Wakes him up, readies a rifle, aims to her party, aiming back at the evil alchemist, taking a shot at him. He's like basically doing most damage. Fires a rifle and explodes explodes on the wooden crate in front of you. As the bullet passes by Argus's face, he immediately reacts and jumps to action.
Yeah!
I found the sword. Use
Are you dual wielding cutlasses?
Huh?
What are you dual wielding?
Yes.
What are you dual wielding?
Cutlasses.
So you strike out against the orange hooded thief who's on acid. Cutlass like strikes right through his rib cage and he falls down dead right off your own blade.
And then the white boy.
And you quickly spin around and swing your cutlass at white boy.
30
I cast a spell.
14 armor.
Let's see if Blue Boy wakes up on his own fruition. Blue Boy wakes up, he starts looking around and starts panicking as he's on acid, trying to pass out, but he doesn't move. This guy quickly seems to dash out of the acid, rushes forward and takes a stab at, and he swings a sword at you and completely misses. Gobber quickly jumps forward and swings a dagger at the Oberon and stabs you for 2 points of damage to column 5. Reg shakes off being knocked out, stands where he is and tries to swing at the evil Oberon in front of him. As the Gobber quickly does a backflip and strikes him in the chest, doing 3 points of damage to column 3. Purple guy takes a point damage from being on acid. He panics and quickly pulls out a gun, aims at the Oberon. Most likely miss because it's -4. As he pulls out a pistol and shoots Yellow in the back.
He shot off the...
It's the only thing more accurate than enemy fire is friendly fire.
So is that guy right in front of me?
Oh what? I'm gonna do that.
The guy that tried to shoot me?
Purple? Yeah, he's right in front of you.
I'm stabbing him. I got return fire. It's 1 free attack.
With the pistol and your dual wielding pistol, right?
I can dual wield. I've got 2 cutlasses.
I don't think you can. It's like a quick action to stow and pull out another weapon, but you've got 2 cutlasses, you can't return fire because you don't have a pistol.
Throw a cutlass.
Well, I was thinking I could drop it and use my fast drawer.
Just quickly read the rules for return fire.
Yeah, return fire. Once per round, when this character is missed by an enemy ranged attack, immediately after the attack is resolved, he can make 1 normal attack against the attacking enemy. To make a ranged attack, the character's ranged weapon must be loaded. So, probably not loaded. Continue.
Okay.
As you work.
Watching all the commotion, Nathan steps forward.
I will stick another bullet in my gun, step around the crate, and slash that guy with my sword. That's a 12. That'll do it, Josh. That's exactly 14.
Yep. So you swing your blade, cause
Then I'll shoot him.
yeah, I'm talking about the previous round. Trying to add a bit of flavor to combat. So you swing your blade, quickly steps out of the way, but you pull up your gun and
It does what damage?
Plus 1.
So that's 12, 14 damage.
as he looks shocked as a gun explodes in his face and wipes that scared look off him. No, they didn't actually write him down. Oh well, he's too stupid to activate. Now the paladin bravely steps forward and you slam your sword down on the Gobber. He tries pulls out dagger to try and hold it back, and it snaps his dagger in half and smacks him in the arm into the floor and causes him to bounce back up onto his feet, looking shocked and surprised.
And alarm.
Now that his friends are engaged, John steps forward around from the crate and
Throw a dagger at the red guy. The Robbie.
he's actually engaged, so it might be a little bit difficult.
Make it different.
Yeah, he's actually not engaged.
So,
Yeah, you got last
the
time.
blue badge.
Yep.
So my battlefield command allows someone not engaged in fighting but not get over.
Actually, yeah, he's right. You could target the gobber, and if you're not engaging him, so it won't be -4 against the gobber. If you want to target him instead.
Yep.
And that would go to us. Yeah.
Yep. So,
You hurl a dagger that flies right between everyone's limbs down in the darkness. Whips out another dagger and hurls it at the gobber. Ooh. I suggest spending a feat point to re-roll that.
Much better.
His dice do not like.
Try another feat point. The first dagger flies right by his head. He looks back to see what hit him. Nearly hit him. When another dagger pierces right through his skull and kills him. Well, it looks like the leader quickly steps out and targets a rifle right at the paladin, firing a shot. Pulls out a rifle and takes a careful shot, as the bullet pierces through your armor, doing 4 points of damage to column 2. The angry Oberon, annoyed that everyone else is stealing his kills, starts swinging his cutlasses.
Alright. First attack on yellow. 16 damage.
Cuts right through his arm as it all looks like it goes limp, and he screams as he starts swinging back at you, and
I'm going to spend a feat point as well.
much better.
14.
Yep. Armor 12, great dice.
Straight dice, so 4, 5.
You swing.
4, 5.
And +1 for him. Skewer your other cutlass right through his chest. Put your other cutlass right through him and like rip off his arm and drop his body to the ground. Dies.
Okay, then spend a feat point to sprint.
And that's the end of your activation.
That is the end of my activation.
Blue guy activates and swings a mighty sword at the large Oberon. Swings the sword right into your back of your leg, dealing 3 points of damage to column 4. Little gubba dude tries to shake off, and he shakes off all the acid from his body. Turns around and starts jabbing.
Yeah, no way attention.
Alright, so take advantage of
attention.
Sword right into his back.
Well, look at the shield, bro.
You're trying to die, ain't you?
Jabs a tiny dagger into the back of your armor plates, 2 points of damage to column 6. The purple thief winces in pain from the acid and swings the sword right at the huge Oberon. But the Oberon catches the sword and brushes him away. When Nathan sees his friendly Oberon pal in trouble,
I step up to the
plates
gobber and stab in the back of the sword. Okay, to miss. So you can spend a feat point to attack again. Nope. Again. That's still a miss. And last one. Nope. I flail my sword around uselessly as I try and not elevate the gobber.
Glorious times.
Lee sees his friend struggling to hit a tiny gobber, will then charge forward. Defense 14, you try and cleave the blue thief. John sees his friends having trouble hitting people in melee.
I'll let the gun in armor.
Ooh, nice. Crits on attack rolls. So his armor is 13.
And I'll do it.
The knight strikes him in the knee, screams, and quickly shakes it off as another dagger comes flying at his face, and as another dagger hits him in the same knee, he shakes it The fearless leader sees a huge Hulk and over and charge him. Ready spends a few points. Readies a weapon and causes you to immediately back off as you quickly starts off and runs down the corridor. Rob sees his prey run off away from him and decides to.
Can I charge it? It's in charge range.
Yeah, you can charge it, but remember, you're engaged with 3 people, so unless you gain parry, you take 3 attacks of opportunity at 3 the damage.
Do you feel lucky?
Do you have a feat point?
I do. I spend a feat point to parry and charge it.
Yoga immediately swings his cutlasses as everyone backs away to charge the leader.
The charge can get done.
1 extra dice on damage.
9 good rolls.
But you have a secondary attack, but it doesn't have the charge bonus.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have 5? Yeah.
That's 5. So yes. So second attack.
You need to roll an 8 on 2 guys.
7. Yes.
Huge hulking ogre chases after the leader and swings both cutlasses straight down for an X strike. And she immediately ducks and both blades swing right past and trim to the head. Not seeing his fearless leader run off on him, quickly screams from all the acid as his skin starts burning and opening wounds. You manage to hold it off with your shield. Let's see if acid kills him. Yeah! The gobbler rolls over as he starts screaming as blood bursts from his mouth as acid burns through and cooks his insides.
You mounting.
Purple looks around and sees the leader running off and he's like, oh, screw this, man! And merely starts running off. Nathan, seeing his prey rush off immediately.
So I'll upkeep my spell. Would the leader chick still be in gun range? Probably just gun range.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Excellent. So I will spend my move action to aim,
Any quick action?
and I'll burst.
Go for broke. 14.
So I'm adding 7, 8 to the roll. 16, 17 to hit.
Nice.
I will boost the damage.
I think it's stretch us.
Strength is power is 12.
Stretch us.
I got a 6, a 4, a 5. If I could add more, I would.
Get one in from him.
Oh! 16 to hit.
Surprise, fuckhead!
Burn! As she ducks an X strike off her head, leaving strings of hair, a large glowing bullet streaks through the corridor and crashes right into her skull. That causes it to split open.
Oh, excellent.
She's not pretty no.
Oh, they're not going to get an idea of that. Sorry, guys.
That's 2 over her health.
Dead.
Jesus Christ.
14 health and you did 16.
Oh. I love this weapon. It's awesome.
And the thing is, she has like 1 feat point as well, but she spent it to parry and run off.
Oh, no.
So I couldn't halve that to 8. Seeing everyone either
I'll turn to the last guy. Surrender!
they immediately throw their weapons on the ground and immediately give up and surrender to your awesome power.
Does it include the guys near me?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, frisk him. You got anything on him?
They're swords and pistols. And for money, $8 for those 2 guys.
Yeah, more drinking money.
Who wants to like tally it? Like,
I am.
you're telling it and you're gonna distribute it.
We've got 2 more swords. And 2 more pistols.
You want to check all the bodies?
Yeah. And there was not some people that helped carry the loot.
So you go through their their friend's remains and find 19 gold pieces all up.
Leave it.
She actually didn't have a pistol. She had a military rifle and a club. Remember, it's a military rifle.
Is it one of the ones from the?
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta get that one back. Sorry, this.
There's a club.
Well,
If you get a critical, it's a critical knockout.
Look. Ping. Look, no markings.
You can take the risk if you like. I doubt they would notice a missing military rifle.
you'd have to be at 100.
Someone else.
It kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
For all they know, you walked into the sewer with a military rifle.
There you go.
There's the guys at the top of every you have one.
If they're the ones who they find.
I'll find a way.
What are you going to do with the rifle?
Rats.
It's not rats in the rifle.
You got 2 men at your mercy. What do you do?
Alright,
Actually, do you pat down the acid guy?
Okay.
Because he's burning it. He's really.
We're just gonna
Put it out with some water.
Just
Do
gonna
you
watch
want to
him.
throw some sewage on him? You know, put him out.
No, I'm gonna
No, buy cup soda.
keep going. Come on, to the clock.
Okay, he's got 6 health left.
Poke.
well,
Buy cup soda.
We're gonna watch him.
Yeah.
we'll neutralize the
Pretty nice, son.
2 gold. We're gonna see how many rounds, how long he lasts.
3 health remaining.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, alright, okay.
What are you doing?
Keep him alive. We need people to interrogate him.
Alright. What do you do? They're at your mercy.
Alright, well,
You cleaved right through their friends, and while they did have a moment where they thought they had the upper hand, because you were missing a lot, ultimately their numbers dwindled and they fell.
we'll find something to wrap the boss up with.
She's dead.
Yeah, no.
He's gonna wrap her up.
No, because we need to take her to.
Yeah.
So like, no, she's gone. This is the ringleader and she's dead.
Chop, head off. Here we go.
There's a hole in it. Leave it
It's
there.
split open from a glowing explosive round.
You can still
Yeah.
make the head part. Like there's a hole there.
Yeah, we want him to be able to identify the body properly.
There's the jaw.
Stop mangling.
Just put the jaw back.
Um,
I don't know. That's a good idea.
next discussion. I expect better from you.
She's dead.
Are there any other members of your gang down here?
Oh, you're talking. He looks shaken and stirred. And there's no. That's all there is.
Liar. What about the guard of the sentry?
Well, he would have come down here.
He's having a bit of a swim.
Is there like a sense motive scheme?
Well, kind of, but there's not. As far as you can tell, he's not trying to hide anything.
Yeah. I think we look around for some rope. I'm sure there's rope in that place.
Yeah.
And we'll tie their hands together and let's march them out with the rope.
We'll make sure to find something to mark the trail back.
Hey, come back past the super gun. Shoot his
Okay, as you walk back out and leave and come back up the stairs,
I'm gonna 9x9 military rifle. I'm gonna cover it in rats.
Yeah, that's
That's why I carry him.
I'll
I'm hunting.
use my dagger to mark the way back so that we have a. Just in case something eats the hay.
that's not the first time I've heard that strategy. As you walk up the stairs and look around a bit, you do notice an open sewer, like a sewer entrance or exit manhole, right by on the walls next to a ladder. You want to take that shortcut.
We need to go back to the warehouse.
Yes, let's take that and then we can make a detour past our place. Drop the rifle off.
A lot of wasted time.
You're not gonna know.
They're probably not going to notice your military behind.
It's covered in rats.
Yeah, it's coming right to you.
Alright,
Yeah, alright, do that. Alright.
we'll head back.
Really need to be more organized. This is embarrassing and boring. As you approach the warehouse, Evan turns around and is shocked to see you coming from a different direction. It's like, wait, what happened?
We found the individuals you're looking for. Sorry,
Where are
not
they?
all of them survived.
We got two here.
I don't know how you climbed that ladder with two men tied up at the wrists.
I don't know, group. You throw them up. So someone climbs up and then we throw them up. Yeah, we have 3 prisoners who were members of the gang. And we do have the ringleader. Unfortunately, she is no longer alive.
It's like, oh, that's a shame because we really needed to question her. But what about all the equipment?
It is currently safe, and we know where it is. We will take you back there so that you
Alright, let's just confirm it.
Yeah, we got some with us, but there's more.
You got some? He looks around at.
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't notice the rat skin military rifle. I rolled 3, I'm not even gonna look at his stats.
No, we didn't bring any equipment back, just the stuff we
Well, I would have done something. Just, we're heading back.
How far are we finished?
You mean the session? Yeah, we're finishing up like now. So you can start packing up.
Yeah, we'll lead them back so that they know the way, and I will show them back out
Yep.
where it is.
Showing the manhole cover and the entrance. He's a bit annoyed at how he's going to get everything out of the sewer, but he does thank you, shake your hand for your hard work and success. He is a bit disappointed that you couldn't bring the leader, but he is happy and drops 80 gold in your pockets. For a job well done.
Total roach.
He looks at the 2 men and says, maybe we can get something out of these 2. But other than that, you guys are turning out to be good allies for the City Watch.
Isn't there 3 on solid basis?
Well, we got that one and that one.
Yeah, there's only 2 remaining.
Yep. No worries. All of those work.
Yeah. We had them over.
Yeah.